All right. Well, good morning, Achievers Region, Eagle Division. Welcome to our Friday Ice Call. Here we are, 10 days left in the month, and we are right upon it. We're just right upon the end of the month and right on the brink of our BMIB. I know that many of you are going for your 30 and 30, getting that 30-30 jacket and that patch and the recognition by our president, Mr. Io. And, with that, I am so excited. It's like I almost can't wait for October. Yet I know there's so much more to get done, so much more to create. And, we got a little echo there going on. And there's just so much more to get done and in the month as far as what we've got ahead of us. And today we're going to get to talk about a very special thing. And that is about vision. And I think Miss Evelyn, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are? Good. Well, good. I saw a little kickoff there, so I was worried. But one of the people that I really respect in the business, not just because she's an executive elite master dealer, is Miss Evelyn Sharitan. It's because whenever I look at Evelyn, her organization is always growing. She has faced great challenges and obstacles, and still been able and still hit master dealer. Still had her team rocking and rolling. And and every time when we do a dealer meeting, she's always one of the speakers that gets to talk about her vision boards and about vision. And it's absolutely so important, the vision that we've got of where we're headed, right? Because if we don't know where we're going, we're going to get there. And I saw a quote a couple days ago. I think it was I don't know if it was by Grant Cardone or who, but it said if you don't have a vision for where you're going to be in 5 years, you're already there. And think about it. If you don't have a vision for where you're going to be at the end of October, at the end of the year, the end of next year, you are already in that place. And to talk to us today about vision and how we create that, how we grow from that, how we get that written down in a way that works, the ways that we work that down is no other than the madam herself, the dragon, the queen, the princess, the queen of Salad Master. That's you, Evelyn. You're the queen. Is Miss
Really?
Evelyn Sheridan. So, Evelyn, thanks for being on the call today.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good morning, life changers. Thank you, Jeremy, for giving me this chance again to speak, and hopefully I can bring a little bit of info by doing this. I rarely do this, but right now I actually have to just go back to my notes. Sometimes, normally I don't really read something. I just kind of like speak. And right now I'm like, oh, that is one subject that I really, really like. So I have a notebook that I always just keep my notes and notes from years and years ago.
Yeah. You don't have a book, you're not going to remember it.
I'm a believer that if you don't ink it and you just think it, it doesn't happen. So so vision, well, you gave me a subject, vision, which is one of my most favorite topic. I do not just preach it, I actually really honestly practice it. I call it with another name. I call it an imagination. See, imagination and vision to me are the same. It's so unique to every single one of us, because their vision, like you said, we will perish if we don't have it. So our vision allows us to see anything before it actually happens. It allows us to see ourselves actually becoming the person we want to be. You have to have a vision, and you have to use your vision to see who you will become and what you will turn out to be. Your vision has to take you beyond the pain, beyond the troubles, and this vision has to take you to the next level. I'm just going to share my story, because this is something that I had to go through, and who I am today. 19 years ago, being at the Biltmore, Arizona, at the International Dealer Retreat, was very significant to me. It brought back a lot of memories, because in August of 2000, that was the same exact place where I signed my dealer agreement. Same hotel, same everything. I signed my dealer agreement with Mr. Keith Peterson in August of 2000. So going back there a few months ago really brought memories. Well, the first thing I asked is, what is the highest level in Salad Master that I can achieve? And Keith told me it was Grandmaster Dealer back then, was the highest. And then he gave me the required qualifications to become one. And I looked at the qualification and I looked at the months left. I had 5 months to do it. So I told myself, well, is it doable? Can I do it? And the first thing that I did was, well, if I don't even try, I would probably not gonna make it. So I cannot count the number of times, and this is true story. I had to go and lock myself either in a closet, something small, and I close my eyes and I visualize. If I cannot see it, it's not gonna happen. That is so true to me. So when I close my eyes and I cannot see it, it's not going to happen. So several attempts. I go to a closet, a small space. I close my eyes. I still don't see it. I still don't see it. And then one day it just hit. I saw myself exactly what I was wearing, because the perk of this achieving the level was going to Bahamas for a special trip. So I visualized what I was gonna be wearing, who's gonna whatever be with me, and achieving the level. So that's exactly what I did. I just keep imagining. So I keep imagining, I keep thinking, I keep seeing, and I just keep believing. So guess what? That year, with only 5 months left, I became a grandmaster dealer and joined the special people to the trip to Bahamas. So
Wow.
it is doable. You can do that. You just have to believe. Ever since, I have a vision board from that point onwards. So in the 19 years, I've never missed a master dealer trip, because in my vision board, that's the very first thing in my mission board, a vision board. So I don't clutter my vision board with a lot of things that I want to do. I don't clutter. I focus on either three, four, five very important uh, I want to achieve. So one is, I have only three important as far as my Salad Master vision board is one is maintain the master dealer status. like like don't miss it, don't miss a trip, don't miss anything. At every beginning of the year, I already have the vision of what I'm wearing, what I'm gonna be doing. I already have that, and I visualize myself with a bonus check. I visualize myself with the bling bling that comes with it. So the cash, everything. So I do that. So the other thing that's in my vision board every year is that I have to promote a direct dealer, and I have to develop a distributor. Now there are other little things in my vision board, but they do not occupy a big space in my vision board. So those are the three. I practice it, I preach it, and that's the first thing I share every second of the year. January 2 is our vision board in Salad Master. And if I can share, like Charina, everybody knows who Charina de la Cruz is. I also had a sit down with her as to how to do her vision board. And her very first vision board in her first year with us was, she only had two things there: a red Mercedes Benz and an IWC pin. And guess what happens? Obviously, at the end of that year, first year with us, she had her specific red Mercedes and the IWC pin because she was number one. So keep seeing what you keep believing, keep imagining, keep seeing what you are not now, but what you are going to be. It's not going to be easy, but you have to believe that although it's not happening yet, one day it's going to be. So keep pushing, because one day it's going to be your day. Visualize the visualization is important because you got to be able to see that even if you're experiencing pain, to make the vision reality, even when you're so tired, even when you want to quit, even even when you look around and there's no example of success around you. But if you keep seeing and believing, it will happen. You will experience um, success. Okay, because we all know that everybody that has been great had an obstacle to overcome. They all had barriers that they had to climb. There's nobody that I know that has ever reached success that did not have to go through this. We have our vision. We have our BMIB coming up. The vision should be, you've already seen it happen. You've already done the best month in business. Your people already are doing 30-30. You've already done your 200 sets in October. That should be the vision that's going to be going on right now. Because guess what? When you have that kind of a great imagination, remember, our thoughts are so powerful. Whatever we can conceive, we will achieve. Um, Visualization is not easy to do because there's going to be things that's going to hamper you to make that vision a reality. So maybe I can close with just sharing with you some of the things that I practice while I'm making my visualization a reality. first
Yes.
is First is this business from day one. I truly, truly, truly believe that this is a prospecting business. That 90% of this is prospecting and only 10% is selling. So I focus more on the number of brand new people that we have in our organization, because when the recruits come, the sale follow with them. They bring sales with them. But the challenge that we have right now is we focus so much on selling, and we put recruiting uh, as number two. Well, guess what? If you're not selling great, recruiting is also not great. So that's one that I heavily put so much effort is the recruiting.
So when you're
Number two,
visualizing that, Evelyn, you're visualizing new people coming in the door. You're visualizing all their families coming with them. How you're going to
yes,
generate, they're going to generate leads with their work and with their friends and family.
yes, and it's a minimum of three brand new every week. Now,
A
the
minimum of
reason
3 new every week.
every week. The reason why three is because at the end of the month, if I'm gonna have 12, my batting average is 50%. So that means six are gonna stay. And at the end of the year, out of that six, only probably two or three is ever gonna stay with me. So if I go below my minimum number, that means I will probably not gonna produce another champion at the end of the year. Because the vision is, if you look at the track of CA systems, the IWCs are from our office.
Look
So
at that. So,
it's
so I'm just going to say this as a dealer, because this is gold. And even as a consultant, your vision is not, hey, I want to bring in 1 or 2 or 3 this month. You're saying I want 3 every single week, knowing that 50% are going to stay. And out of
yes,
that 50%, 2 or 3 are going to be with you a year from then. And 1 or 2 of those are going to be an IWC.
yes. So every year, and part of that also is out of the people that stuck last year, one should always become a distributor at the end of the year. So those are already visualized. Those are already done. It doesn't, beginning of the year, it doesn't happen yet, but it's already done. We always say that's done. So here's another vision. Here's another vision that I keep throwing out there in my organization. It hasn't been done, but not to say that it cannot be done, because I truly believe in this. Except that right now, no one has ever dared to visualize it yet. What I'm talking about is a distributor, a consultant, a dealer that has 33 team members, because that equals to a $6,000 super commission every single week. And the 6,000 super commission every single week translated into, there's 50 weeks in 1 year, 52 weeks in 1 year. Even if your 33 team goes on vacation for 2 weeks, you will still have 50 weeks with $6,000 SSBP. That translates to 300,000 a year in SSBP income. Do that 4 consecutive years. That will add a comma in your bank account. And
Yeah.
truly, so sure, it's all about money, but hey, guess what? It's part of the success, as long as we do not make that a reason for working. But it hasn't been done yet. Not to say that somebody's gonna have the vision to really do it and make it happen. So now, the second thing that I practice is I always go back to basics. When you are visualizing something and you're saying that, is it gonna become a reality, and you get faced with obstacles and challenges, the number one fix is always go back to basics. Okay. Next is always lead by example, because whatever example you're showing, one day your people will become that example. Keep that in mind. Always do more than what is expected of you. Do not forget that you are working for your own financial independence, your security, and your better future. Okay? Sometimes when there's so much money generated in this business, we tend to spend the money that we don't have yet.
And that's a
Always
good one,
lead.
Evelyn, right there. I love that. Always do more than what's expected. And I think that's the difference that separates the dealers and distributors from those that never get out of being a consultant, right? Is that they're always doing more than is expected. They really take it on themselves.
Yeah.
This is my business. This is my job. Like, my dealer's not going to write my check for me. He's not, or she's not going to, give me everything. I have to go out there and do it. I'm going to do more than is expected. Going the extra mile.
Yes. Yes, in my office there is it's plastered everywhere. The saying that says failure is not an option. I always tell everybody, you might be under the roof of CA Systems at this moment, but this is truly your business. Do not let me dictate your business, because I'm not there if you're not making money. It's your life that's affected. My job is to guide you to the right direction, because I've been there once upon a time and I'm still there. So my job is to guide you there. So, you will achieve. If people look at you and say, oh my God, Evelyn, you have a good life. Well, this did not happen by accident. This was visualized years and years and years. So every beginning of the year, I have a vision board that tells me that's where I'm going to be at the end of this year. So to me, ending up as a master dealer is not something that just happened. It's planned. It's planned at the beginning of the year. It's on the board by January 2nd, so that when I hit December 31st, I'm just gonna put the amount of bonus I got. It's not about, am I gonna get there? No, there's already a finality that I will be there, unless of course God doesn't permit me anymore. But as long as He says, okay, I'm allowing you, my child, to be there, I will be there. So that when you have that kind of visualization that this is where I'm going to be at the end of the year, it doesn't matter what's in front of you. You will go through all the obstacles. You will face all the challenges. It doesn't matter how painful it is, or how hurtful it's going to be. It can be, my one and only. What is the lowest before the exclusive? Oh, the master dealer before was the entry level of the program. I have one master dealer trophy because that was the year I lost Leo Sheridan. So that year, I even looked at my vision board and I said, guess what? I don't think you're going to be elite, because we have challenges this year. We have to bury Mr. Sheridan. So I guess, you know what? It's okay. MD, still MD. You know what I mean? So because it was already decided at the beginning of the year, it was already visualized. So everything else in between is just going to work. It's called It's called execution. So that's why I love imagination, because I teach this, I preach this to my people. You know, when I ask them, raise your hands, who wants to be IWC this year, and one, two, or three people would raise their hand, and I would right away say, okay, close your eyes. What color gown are you gonna be wearing? What is your hairstyle when you receive this trophy? And they would look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, see, if you don't do that, if you don't lock yourself in a room and see that, it's not going to happen. Because as long as that vision is there, you wake up every day and you have that vision, it doesn't matter if the show cancel. It doesn't matter if a recruit changes their mind. You just go next, next, okay, next. Yep, yep.
Can you
So
would you give us a couple of, because I think there's some nuggets in here I want to make sure that everybody gets. Like when you say I locked myself in a closet or into a small room, would you share about like how long were you in there and what were you doing in there? Was it like I put myself in there, okay, I visualized, I'm a master, okay, great, let's go home. Okay, we're all done, let's go do our day.
no, no. You have to clear your head. The mental state has to be clear. Meaning, don't go in there where you just have a fight with your husband or your wife. No, or you just had a challenge at the office. No, the 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 mental state has to be clear, because the mind is being prepared to go somewhere. So either what I do is, I have, I'm sure a lot of the dealers on the call have walk-in closets. So I I have I cannot reach some of my stuff. So I have a, what do you call this, a step ladder,
Absolutely.
but it's also a chair that I used to sit and I don't call that meditate, because I don't know how to meditate. So if you call that meditation, when you close your eyes and just be where you want to be, it's hard to do it in the beginning, but you just have to sit there, just relax, no tense, whatever. Just clear the head, clear it of everything, and just focus on, okay, is it even doable? You have to prepare the mind. Is it even doable, or am I just really being crazy? But see, before I do that, before I close myself in the closet, I already have the stuff figured out. Okay, how many sets is that? How many people is needed to do that? Okay, so if I do half of that requirement, that means I have to find the other half that's gonna support to finish the goal, to finish the vision. So, if it requires 25 active cooking, and the active cooking is expected one set a month, so that means I have 25. Well, master dealer is 50 sets, so that means I will personally do the 25. So those are already written down. There's already a map of how to get there. That's very important. You already have a map of how to get there. Okay, so I need 25 that will sell one set a month, because that's reality. We all know that. I can do my 25. Okay, so where do I get this 25? Okay, right now I have 5 bodies. I have 5 horses, 2 horsepower. So that means I have to find my 3 horsepower to make this 5, so I can have my 25 a month. Something like that. It's kind of like how for distributors, I break it down to them how to become master distributors. So those kind of things. So once you have the map written down, it's just execution. Now, it's hard to execute if you don't know where you're going. You have a map. You're ready to go to New York. Are you gonna take Uber? It's gonna cost you a lot of money. Are you gonna take so it's just executing this map. So when you have the guide of how to get there, now you can honestly go to the closet and close your eyes and say, okay, can I even do it? So that's when you start doing it. That's when and then I put like a really soft music. No, nothing like, no, nothing like that. I don't know how to do that. I just put a soft music. I close my eyes. I just chill. And Jeremy, I'm telling you, if I cannot see it, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna
Mm.
happen. When
So the
and
difference
then
between like a wish and actually seeing it.
exactly. It's like when the first when they introduced the executive elite, and I looked at the requirement. Well, that from elite to executive is a master dealer. It's a level. It's a level in between,
Wow.
because 1.2 to 1.7 is a master dealer level. So when they introduced it, first thing I did was, oh my goodness, you really actually have to qualify another level before you can go there. So I did my map. Obviously, we have to do the map. And then when I did the map, I'm like, okay, how many people do I need to execute this map? And initially, I'm telling you right now, it took me, I think, how many, 2, 3 months before I can see it. I could not see myself being there. I could not see. And I was sharing it with my people. I keep telling them, I think it's a level that's a crazy kind of level. So I don't think we'll make it, but we keep trying. We keep trying. And then I think month number 4 or month number 5, I saw myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this trip. So the trip was going to, I don't know, I forgot the
Somewhere
first
amazing.
executive trip,
Machu
but
Picchu or something, yeah.
is something
Somewhere
like that.
fun.
But just it's kind of like the first time they introduced the elite category, the trip was going to Africa. That is something that I saw right away. I started my visualization. I had my pad for execution, and I saw myself in Africa right away. So I'm like, yay, I'm gonna be there. So again, you have to have your plan first. You gotta have your board. You gotta list down all those things. You gotta go to basics. You gotta do a lot of recruiting. You gotta be leading by example. You can't be asking your people to do something and you're not willing to do it yourself. uh, you have to live the life that your people want to live. That's how you can actually attract success. I get asked all the time, why does your people stay with you? Well, maybe because they see the life, and maybe they're saying, okay, if I hang around and I stick around, maybe I'm gonna live that life. So that's it.
And you're all
Hopefully.
the time saying, visualize it and it will come about, right? Like,
Yep. Yep.
like the
The
Bible
mind. Yeah.
says,
The
ask for
mind
good
is.
things.
Yeah. The mind is so powerful. Remember, whatever we have, we can. Um. Whatever. What did I say?
Whatever you can
Whatever you
visualize, you
can
can
conceive.
attain.
Whatever
You
you
can,
can conceive, you will achieve. So,
that's
yep.
right.
Make it happen. Have a great
Awesome.
PMIB,
Awesome.
everybody.
Great. All right. With that, Evelyn, thank you for that. I have nothing to add except to say thank you for that. It is one of the most powerful things that we can do, visualizing, seeing our future. The Bible even talks about, you ask God for good things and he'll give them to you. You have not because you asked not. And really having that ability to see it out there, to see it in detail, individual, like you're saying, the dress you're wearing. I mean, I'm not going to be wearing a dress, hopefully, but the dress that you're wearing, to the friends that you're around, to your spouse being with you, to the hard work, to seeing the challenges and seeing how you overcome them, and your amazing team and your booking partners and recruits coming in. I still am amazed even now whenever I start visualizing, man, we're going to have 6 full-time people before the end of the year. And then all of a sudden I have people, like yesterday, I had 3 people walk into our office and 2 of them were like, I have been praying for this. I host dinners in my house where I teach people about healthy eating. I can't wait to get started with you guys. And, just to see that visualization, to watch it come about. And so, Ms. Evelyn, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing with us today. And thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you all for being on the call. And this is my encouragement for all of you. Put a buy win. Get your visualization. Start making your list. Every morning, I start with the gratitude and the goal list for the day, because it opens up my day to say, this is what is going to happen. This is what is possible. And I start attracting it and I start asking for it and it shows up. So Evelyn, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
letting
Thank
us
you.
see.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting us see and have a vision. Yeah, thank you. All right, with that, everybody, we're going to go ahead and unmute the line. Please thank Mrs. Evelyn.